Hello all my Happy Scribblers and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to do our August layout and I'm going to use coffee as my ink. I'm going to do a coffee theme and I will be actually using coffee as a little watercolor. So let's dive right in. Please excuse my voice. The reason that this video is late being uploaded is because I got sick and I couldn't speak well. But I thought that today it was close enough to good, so we went ahead and are recording the voiceover for today finally, now that I can actually speak and my throat isn't hurting anymore. So here we are doodling some little coffee mugs, teapots. I did some to-goes and some ceramics, and I wanted to just make them all different styles. And then with my coffee, I am making little shapes for each day of the month and for my header and my little sub footers down there that I will later label. And then I use the coffee also to paint a couple of the mugs and some of my brush pens as well. So I wrote, wake up and smell the coffee or tea, because I'm drinking a lot more tea than coffee these days. I'm actually only having about 1 cup of coffee per week. It's my little treat. And since I had already had my cup of coffee for this week, I had tea this day and it was delicious. It was lemongrass and ginger with mint and honey. It was so good and so refreshing. So I hope you have something yummy to drink right now while we're doing this, and I hope that you can enjoy it as I enjoyed my tea. So here you see we just wet the bottom of a coffee cup and we are using it to make little imprints around the corners of the pages, as if this had sat around on a coffee table and gotten coffee cups sat on it a few too many times. So with our cover page mostly done, we are going to turn past the Dutch door pages and do a coffee wash over that edge where I've sketched out coffee beans. So I want this to be the little background and give it that coffee tone. And then with my dark brown brush pen, I am just coloring in each individual little coffee bean. So there it is, there's the cover page done, and as you can see, I kept it all just with my black Sharpie fine liner and brown tones, plus I used an olive green shade for the tea things. So here on the inside of the double Dutch doors, I wanted to do breakfast this month as well and dinner menus. These can also just be like meal trackers. Sometimes it ends up being more tracking, and what I actually end up doing most of the time is writing in with pencil what meals I'm planning on making, and then after the fact I will go in and pen it in whatever we actually had, whether it be the same that was on the menu or not. We're pretty spontaneous around here, so you never really know what we're going to end up for having for dinner on any given day, even if I have meals planned out. And here on the next Dutch door is my pregnancy tracker. It's been really fun using this over the past month and just tracking certain things, and so I decided to go ahead and keep it going, and this time I added in a little space for notes, which I think will be fun, especially since I can kind of feel baby kicking now. And then, of course, I can't leave out my space for daily gratitudes. One line for each day of the month. And there it is. So you can already see that I've done a few things different this month. Like I didn't make my calendar with the big spaces, as I usually did, to write things in. And I also decided to try an idea that popped into my head. So I heard on some podcast somewhere that we can really only focus on 3 things per day. And if we take on more than that, then it's just going to be like juggling dinner plates. Eventually things can fall and crash. And so I do tend to take on more than I can actually handle and set my goals a little bit too high for the day. And so I thought this would be a good idea to make a little space for each day of the month where I can write down what my 3 things are that day that I am going to focus on. And so we'll see how it goes. I'm eager to try it out. And then, like I said, we're doing things a little different. So instead of the daily calendar spaces plus my daily spreads where I use 2 pages for a whole week, I decided to go with a half page per day. I actually have quite a few plans for this month, and so I wanted to leave a little bit more space per day, and I love how this looks. And I will just keep going, filling out as I go day by day. So let's do our flip through. Here is the cover page. This was so quick and easy to do, and I really like how it turned out, and I love the color palette. There's our breakfast and dinner meal trackers or planners, whichever way you want to use it. And then my pregnancy tracker. And just in case you're wondering what this looks like filled out, I will show you July's tracker. So it's like this. On the days that didn't happen or that symptom wasn't there, it's an X, and then progressively from a small dot to a larger dot is how I track these things. And I think it looks pretty cute by the time the month is over. And here are my 3 things a day little note spots and my dailies. So I will keep you guys updated as best I can how this month goes. I have a little bit of traveling to do, so I'm looking forward to that. I hope you all have a wonderful month. Thanks for watching. Bye.